Well, good morning. Welcome to Daily Videos with me, Pastor Michelle. Today's Wednesday, December 2nd, and let's get started with Catching Fire. So Katniss and Peeta are about to enter the games again. He frowns as he rubs the thin stuff between his fingers. I don't know, it will offer little in the way of protection from colder water. Sure, I ask, picture a burning sun over a barren desert. Possibly if it's been treated. Oh, I almost forgot this. He takes my gold Mockingjay pen from his pocket and fixes it to the jumpsuit. My dress was fantastic last night. Fantastic and reckless, but Cena must know that. I thought you might like it, he says with a tight smile. We sit as we did last year, holding hands until the voice tells me to prepare for the launch. He walks me over to the circular metal plate and zips up the neck of my jumpsuit securely. Remember, girl on fire. I'm still betting on you. He kisses my forehead and steps back as the glass cylinder slides down around me. Thank you, I say, although he probably can't hear me. I lift my chin, holding my head high the way he always tells me to, and wait for the plate to rise, but it doesn't, and it still doesn't. I look at Cena, raising my eyebrows for an explanation. He just gives his head a slight shake, as perplexed as I am. Why are they delaying this? Suddenly, the door behind him bursts open and 3 peacekeepers spring into the room. 2 pin Cena's arms behind him and cuff him, while the third hits him in the temple with such force he's knocked to his knees. But they keep hitting him with metal-studded gloves, opening gashes on his face and body. I'm screaming my head off, banging on the unyielding glass, trying to reach him. The peacekeepers ignore me completely as they drag his limp body from the room. All that's left are the smears of blood on the floor. Sickened and terrified, I feel the plate begin to rise. I'm still leaning against the glass when the breeze catches my hair and I force myself to straighten up. Just in time, too, because the glass is retreating and I'm standing free in the arena. Something seems to be wrong with my vision. The ground's too bright and shiny and keeps undulating. I squint down at my feet and see that my metal plate is surrounded by blue waves that lap over my boots. Slowly, I raise my eyes and take in the water spreading out in every direction. I can only form one clear thought. This is no place for a girl on fire. So we'll get right into the games tomorrow. So let's open with prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. And God be with us. So let's hear God's love note. But first, a reading from Luke. As they were going along the road, someone said to him, I will follow you wherever you go. And Jesus said, Foxes have no holes and birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man has nowhere to lay his head. In God's love note. In one way, my son was warning this man that following him meant sacrifice and discomfort. Following him was not a whim, but something to be done with full commitment. In another way, though, he was reminding you to see how little you need when you follow him. Following Jesus means you already have everything you need. You have all the money, you have all the power, all the faith, and all the family you need already. Follow him and me now, bringing all that you have. Do not wait until you think you are ready, or you will never follow. Know that you were born ready for this journey. Okay, so let's dive into this book, shall we? So we're almost done. Our question today is, many Christians describe themselves as evangelical. What does that mean? Is it the same as being conservative? So here's one response. When I was in my 20s, a very gentle pastor taught me that to be an evangelical means you're a follower of Jesus, one who embraces the teachings of Christ, one who engages God through Jesus and community. He also taught me that to be evangelical means that you are one who pursues loving the poor, showing compassion to widows, and believing that the last truly are the first. But his definition did not match the one I heard Christians and non-Christians in media use. They downsized the definition to reflect people who were conservative or biblical in their views on politics, social issues, and morality. Rarely was Jesus mentioned. In 2006, I called that old pastor friend of mine to ask a question. Does being evangelical mean I have to be conservative? He laughed. Who the hell told you that? Being evangelical means you're kind, compassionate, and hope-filled. You can do that and be conservative and liberal. So as a self-proclaiming evangelical, I don't believe that evangelical is a synonym for conservative. For me, it means I'm passionate about the things of Jesus, knowing these things, doing those things, helping those things, hoping those things and trying my best to live those things. So I like that. And I have to say, evangelical has carried that negative connotation for so long, that it's, just conservative people. And I would just say, I think it's damn time for us to take that word back. Evangelism doesn't necessarily have to mean being on the streets, handing out tracts to people and trying to get them to not go to hell. Because, when I was in college, I took a class called Personal Evangelism. And one of our assignments, we had to go to Ohio State and we had to witness to college students. And we had to ask them if they're going to heaven or hell when they die. I mean, I even took a trip to New York City, and it was my worst trip ever. And we actually had to go on the subways and witness to people there. I mean, I have so many stories I could share about my upbringing and with my faith. I should write a book. So anyway, let's get back to, as we're in December and we're climbing toward Christmas, let me share another fun Christmas memory. So one of the things I remember growing up as a kid is going to my grandma's house, my mom's mom. And oh my gosh, I loved those days. And you know what I remembered? And I was young and I don't truly remember it all that much, but I just know it from the pictures. When I was a little girl, probably like 2 or 3, the pictures of, I just like looking at the pictures. It makes me smile because my grandma would love to watch me open presents. I could tell it by the eyes because there's this one picture of me holding up I'm so excited about some kind of toy, and I just see my grandma's face in the background of this picture, and she's just smiling at me, looking so proud. She was always very good at buying the best gifts ever. And I miss that a lot. She's been gone for many years. She died when I was 13. But I still remember that. I still remember the look that she would have when she would watch me open presents. And I miss her. Even it's been 20 plus years since she's died. But anyway, it's good to recall memories though. God bless you all. Stay safe out there.